15 minutes and 18 seconds. Let's go.
Invictus is here, and with it a celebration of all things spaceship and space vehicle. And with today being both RSI and Tumbril Day, we've got introductions to 2 new ground vehicles for you this week, starting with an old friend ready to make our Constellation Phoenix complete, the RSI Lynx.
Ground vehicles in Star Citizen play quite a large role. Obviously, we have these fully realized full planets and moons. You don't always want to spend all your time flying over them in your ships. We're going to have things coming online in the future, such as weather, that's going to make that prohibitively more dangerous to do.
Flying is the main traversal type, but of course with ground vehicles, there is so much more to explore on planets. It adds so much diversity to the missions that we have.
I feel like ground vehicles are an opportunity for players to have fun and explore the terrain of our lovely planet, not from, going in from a top side, but really getting in and around with the dunes and the broken ships and stuff.
This guy's like selling driving.
The fun, the dynamic.
dunes
You get
and
some
the
feedback
stuff.
from the road. If you enjoy driving,
Oh shit, there's a spider.
it's something for you, isn't it? It's not always a spaceship.
Sorry,
You
there
need
was
to have
a
the
spider.
options.
It was a
I mean,
spider emergency.
If you don't have a ship, how are you going to get from A to B? You need something to get you there. And if you're going from A to B, then someone's in the way, you get a tank.
At Invictus Launch Week, we're introducing
What's up,
2 new
Tark? Welcome
vehicles
to
to
the
the game,
stream, bro.
the drivable RSI Lynx and a concept
First
vehicle
time
which we'll
live
talk about
here?
later.
For
The
tanker.
Lynx was introduced alongside the RSI Constellation Phoenix back in 2014. It was mentioned as it's sort of an add-on to the Phoenix.
The Lynx is RSI's more luxury counterpart to the Ursa rover.
It expands the capabilities. I suppose there's an element of, showing off maybe.
It's for the distinguished individual who likes to travel in style.
Oh,
It
that's
serves
fancy.
a different purpose.
I haven't seen anything about this. We're gonna watch this in the after party. Maybe get a little bit more details in the after party on the Lynx. But this looks like this is a prestigious. There's some politicians inside the Lynx going on here. This is some VIP access. Ground vehicle action that I'm seeing here. This guy's getting a conference call. The other woman's making very important decisions. It's
Likes
very
to travel in
serious.
style.
It serves a different purpose
I
to
wish
the
it was
Ursa.
a camper.
It's very much for
I want an
VIP
RV.
transport
I want an
and
RV for
exploration.
We've taken some stuff from the Scorpius. We've taken some stuff from the Ursa itself.
Cool.
We've
we'll watch
invented
we'll
other
watch
stuff
the
from
suit, dude.
scratch because not everything that we needed already existed. It is
Oh wow.
fun
dude.
and fancy.
Oh, dude, that's okay. Hold on a second. That's cool, man. I think the treads on the tie. That's super fancy right there. I can't wait to blow that up. I can't wait to blow it up.
I think the exterior is
Die,
amazing.
Rich
It's got
Elites!
so many great angles, and it just looks so RSI. It just comes together really nicely. We took the Ursa, and we
Dude,
basically made it.
dude, I feel like the RSI line is totally like rich and elitists. Like every time I'm flying in a Drake, I love to blow up RSI ships. Like there's nothing that gives me a better feeling than seeing like an RSI ship blow up because they're just super fancy. I'm not down in RSI. I mean, they got the super fancy, vibe going on, but man, they're fun to blow up.
The Ursa,
So
and
fancy.
basically made it beautiful.
It trades out some of that rugged utilitarian functionality for just a more enjoyable
Limitless.
experience to ride around exploring in the back of.
So it's a lot of clean, glossy
I thought
panels,
Oz
higher
said I
quality
want mowing
materials,
grass for a
and
second,
less
dude. I'm like,
dense
come on, dude.
detail,
No, that's
more
a little
focusing on
Wait.
angular.
Look a couple comments up. I saw Oz and it said, I want moving grass. I thought he said, I want mowing grass, like to mow grass. I'm like, don't you do the lawn simulator thing. Don't you get that feature creep up in here, Oz. Don't you get that feature creep. We'll wait. Let's wait about 10, 11 years till we get mowing grass in the game.
Lines. We're very constrained with the
It's like I
overall
do
size
landscaping all
dimensions.
the
It has
time.
to fit in the Phoenix, so we couldn't make the vehicle any longer, wider, taller. So we had to work to the same footprint.
We've tried to not have too much visible mechanics
Right,
on the outside
right.
of it, because you don't want to go up to a fancy luxury car and just see the engine just
Absolutely
there.
forgotten.
You know it's a car. You know it's got an engine.
Exactly.
You don't need to
It's-
know where
it's,
the engine is. You just want it to look good whilst you're
It's
actually
a
getting from A
VIP
to B.
vehicle.
It's very nice design. Alberto,
You're
our
making
concept
deals
artist,
up in
did a very
this.
good job on that.
Political
We
deals,
had quite a lot of references
organization
to
deals.
new electric trucks, that type of thing. Got a clean day running lights.
What's up, Savage? Welcome. Grab your chicken suit and get Savage up in that ring. Don't question why you're wearing a chicken suit. Just get that chicken suit on and get in that ring, buddy. Welcome to DJ360. You have good taste, man.
As you go round to the side, you've got like a peek-in window of the cockpit. So underneath you can sort of see feet. I don't know why you'd want to see feet, but yeah, you can. And then we've got the suspension uprights, which are finished in like a goldy colour, which is quite nice. It's quite ornate for something that sort of takes the load of the vehicle and that kind of thing.
Burrito deals are a must in this.
A very nice 13-piece door. 13-piece on my side. You're not going to see 13 pieces.
I think my favourite thing on the Lynx is the wheels. They are
Absolutely.
quite unlike anything else we've got in the game.
We've tried to go for wheels that would seem a little bit more
Wow, that was a commercial right there. Can we get that in slow mo, please, so we can get that slow mo and the slow. We need the wheels in slow mo, Pepe. If you can just give us a commercial here, Pepe.
Unlike anything else we've got in the game, we've tried to go for wheels.
Thank you. That was a slow mo commercial for the Lynx. We just wanted to see the shiny hub caps, those Lynx caps. This is so rich looking. so much richness right there.
that would seem a little bit more luxurious, so we've gone for a shape that will kind of make them a little bit quieter.
They look pretty cool. They're very evocative of those sort of sand racing tires with the big ribs on them.
You're right, we need
They
spinners
give it
fingers.
a very strong visual identity from the outside.
Oh,
My
man.
favourite thing about the Lynx is the huge rear windows.
It's got this lovely wraparound
Like in the
window.
view?
It
Like
just
in the
creates a
view?
very different
Can see me blow you up
atmosphere
from that
inside the
vantage
vehicle.
point.
Whether you're having in-game business meetings or just chilling with your friends, having that scenery so on display
get the
right next to
torches ready,
you
Trip?
really adds to the whole experience when you're just sat in the back with your champagne.
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about here. You see this? Look, craziness going on outside. Craziness, explosions going on outside. Inside, it's a dream. You're drinking your champagne. You're not even worried about explosions right now. No, you're not, because you're in a Lynx.
When you step in, we've got some TVs that pop out of the sides of the panels.
Are you a stock
Some
trader?
personal storage and seats,
Yeah.
which move. And
There
you
you
can push a
go.
button and they will spin around. You've also got a location for storage, which obviously folds away so that if you've got something you just want to put up there, you don't have
Right,
to see
Trip,
it,
get
but you
mad,
know it's
dude.
there. We've also
Trip-
got
Trip's
a
gonna
weapons
start lighting some torches
rack.
right now. He's
It
very
folds itself
upset.
away and it pops out. It's got some nice little smoky glass
Right,
doors
right,
on the
let's
front of
see.
it.
The lighting is designed to be a more habitable area for your luxury passengers.
We have a magnificent
People don't like that laugh track. They're like, "That's cringe. It's supposed to be cringe. It's great." I just love what Mad Style just said. He said, "We made a vehicle that has no use for anything, but looks cool. But you can look cool in it. Buy now."
full-length
It's for the elitists.
fridge.
It's
And
for
off
the
the left,
elite.
we've got a couple of shelves where you can store stuff.
Look at that
We
LED
don't say it's a
purple
drug
mode.
storage location, but secretly it is a drug storage location.
Oh.
Just don't tell the cops.
There's a secret compartment. Oh. Better put that maze up in there.
Compared to the base Ursa, the Lynx is a little more agile, a little faster. It is like this because it just has less weight to it, less carrying capability, so it can trade that off for speed. And the two people that are sat in the back in relative luxury have a much nicer experience.
I like this. I want to discuss this right now. So Trip is having like a small meltdown and he's really upset. And I love when this happens. When Trip gets angry, it's most entertaining to me. And he's like, I am tired of these ships and the inside Star Citizens. Because he feels like it's maybe like an ad for more ships. Is that what you're saying? Well, here's the thing. They got to make money. Put a 1 in if you're tired of like the ship sales. Put a 2 if you're not. And I will say a long time ago, years ago, I was. But now I'm like, they need that money. They need the revenue. They got the people. So like right now, I'm a 2. I used to be a 1. Now I'm a 2 because I realize, hey, these people need to keep bringing in money. They got almost 1,000 employees in all these locations. Perhaps they don't need as many. I don't know. That's a debate for another time. But I'm seeing Trip right now, and he's very upset. He wants the game like yesterday, and I can tell he's very upset. And I agree with him. Like we all do. I think we all do. We all get there. We all feel that. Yeah, and shit that doesn't progress the game, says Trip. He's really... I like reading what Trip's writing right now. I like this anger. Let's get in touch with that. Let's get in touch with the anger right now. We all want it. We wanted it yesterday, right? Let's feel like Trip for a second. Let's just soak it in. Let's just get really angry for a second, right? But like, you know what I get angry about? I get angry about physics. I get angry about anything physics, man. Anything physics related in Star Citizen, that's my button. What is your push button? Like if you're watching on YouTube right now, put down what makes you really mad about Star Citizen and Cloud Imperium. Just put down, and don't put the obvious. Don't put like it's been 10 plus years and the game's not out. Everybody knows that. Everybody's mad about that. Put something specific down that you're very upset about. Let's just get it out of our systems right now because I'm trying to have like a party time. I'm trying to have like a good time. Like, well, I don't come on here to stream and bitch and moan and get all salty and shit. Listen, but I just think we need that come to Jesus moment. We're all taking a breath and we just put it out there on the line because I just want to like come here, stream and chill out with you guys and relax and have a good time. So Trip, I just want you, I get it. We need tech progress. We need trading. We need Tony to get on and explain to us what's going on trading on Quanta. That's something I'm very mad about and upset about, Trip. I hear you, dude. I'm going to say that. I'm seeing people putting reasons down here in the live chat. So, Trip, you tell me when it's gotten out of your system, and I will push play now. Let's just take a moment. Let's get zen. Let's do this together, everybody. Feel the magic. Feel the magic entering your soul, Trip. Just 1 second. Just tell me when you're okay. I feel like we need to wait for Trip here. Everybody, hold on. Mad Style is reacting appropriately right now. He's getting all the vitrium out of his soul. He wants a reason to use this Terrapin. Wook says, I need something to do with large groups besides Jumptown assholes. That was a good one. I like that one. Oh, Oz says we need a banana fountain. We all do need banana fountains in the game. That's just something. That's something I want. I want to see banana fountains to every planet and satellite out there. Forgotten says they need to let us franchise Whammers in game. I like that. I like that idea. Fingers needs just a better way to need. And I think that's a philosophical journey that I'm not ready to take with him. And Trip says, I'm getting it out of the way now. Okay, good. Good. Take a breath in now, Trip. Now, I want you to type ready when we're ready, and we're going to push play. And I just want to, like, I want to have a positive vibe right now. Like, just okay, Trip? I love you, bro. Okay. By the way, Predator mounts. I did that for free. Listen, that's because I love Trip. Now, are we okay? I think he's ready. I think he's ready. He hasn't typed it, but I'm going to push play thinking that he's ready.
Seeing the sights of the universe around them. Compared to the other ground vehicles in events such as the Daymar Rally, I think this is going to be a strong competitor. It's going to be really interesting to see which players prioritize over the other, whether you take the speed of the Lynx versus the increased durability of the Ursa itself. But you don't often see Bentleys racing against other vehicles in real-life rallies,
Trip.
so
We're doing this
maybe
together,
not
brother.
as durable as the others.
This is for people that like to get from A to B and look like they're in a good car when they're doing it.
I think the fantasy of having someone chauffeur you around while you're sitting in the back drinking cocktails or the champagne.
I would like that. I've never had that happen to me.
Looking at your business portfolio while.
Anybody ever ride in a limo? The only time I ever rode in a limo, I was in 7th grade. only time in my life I was ever in a limo, and I was way too young to drink at the time. I could have. I had hair on my chest. At a young DG, I had hair on my chest at 9 years old. It was crazy, and a full beard by the time I was 13. So very impressive. The girls loved it. It was the 90s, and that was in.
Just the world of Star Citizen goes on around you. It's pretty cool.
It's also for people who'd never be caught dead racing in a mule.
So that's the new way to get around the surface of Stanton's planets and moons in style.
Commercial.
But what about those who want a bit more pew-pew with their hot looks? Just go with it. Well, Tumbril has you covered with the latest in planet-side mobility and destroyability with the Tumbril Storm. Let's find out more.
Hello again, it is once again myself, John Crew. Let's talk about the concept vehicle that we're introducing at Invictus Launch Week,
Hello, it's once again myself, John Crew.
the Tumbril Storm. The Tumbril Storm is a light/scout tank from Tumbril. In a lot of combined armed forces, you rely on reconnaissance on the ground to let you know what's coming ahead.
Dude, that looks like a ground unit Scorpion. You're absolutely right, Oz.
Yes, you're not gonna hate me.
That looks the turret of the Scorpius right there on the ground with treads. That's what that looks like.
And whilst we do have an array of ground vehicles that can do this role, not very many of them are as heavily armored as a tank. And sometimes
Are they
reconnaissance
fast?
goes a bit sideways and you need some firepower to help get you out of that
These need to be
situation. So the
fast.
Storm is really excels in this scenario. It can be ahead of the fleet on
Yeah,
the ground,
good. It's a
engage
scout.
targets, and
I love this.
hold
I
its
love
ground
this. I
before the
love
main
this.
force of ground vehicles arrives for backup. One aspect that we wanted to change from the traditional tank and Nova setup is making this energy weapon based. So it had a much greater independence from the main task force on the ground, and that it wasn't constrained by ballistic
Did
ammunition.
this come out of
So
nowhere?
it has
Why
an
was
energy
I not
autocannon
aware
on
of this?
top,
This is awesome.
twin-barreled,
I actually
to
love
help
this
lay
idea.
down firepower.
I love ground vehicles. Anything ground vehicle oriented needs to be a lot more anti-air units as well, if you ask me. But the ground vehicle game is very interesting to me. I love FPS. I love BR games. I love anything ground oriented, military style tactics. Right out the get-go, I'm loving this because the more variations there are with vehicles in the game, the better the gameplay is going to be, the more tactical it's going to be, the more fun it's going to be, the more variation of units and ground vehicles that you have. I think the better that FPS is going to be on the ground. Boots on the ground, this is awesome. This is a great idea. I hope it's a little bit faster than other units. Obviously not as armored up as like a Tonk, even though the Tonk isn't right now. I'm imagining we're going to see like, upgrades in the Tonk as well in terms of like the amount of damage it can take. I hope so. They're like glass cannons. And then this as well. Like this is a good idea. I like anything that gives us the variation, the spice on the ground vehicles.
Really only constrained by the size of its capacitors and power plant. The Storm is really designed for supporting Novas in attacks. It can take on most other ground vehicles. If you're brave, you can take on a Nova with it, but you probably want to bring a friend or two to help even the fight.
I received the task to complete a new vehicle. I was told to do a tank, most precisely something
Is this taking more damage than a Tonk? Is this taking more damage than the Tonk? Is this thing like heavier than the Tonk?
that would have become a killer of killers. We had to go back to the origins of Tumbril and let this new tank look less like the Nova tank and more like the Cyclone. So it was important to get back that aggressiveness and that dynamics that the Cyclone had. So we opted for something a little less classical and went on a design that is absolutely more related to the manga and anime's world.
Although he did say earlier that if you were in a Lynx and if you were in a Tonk and you were going up against a Lynx, you might want to bring a friend. So that kind of threw me off a little bit. I'm like, wait a second, if I'm in a Tonk, I should be able to take care of this, no problem. You know?
When people
what's up? Oh my God! What's up, Killian? Long time no see, bro. The loyal tie. What's up, Sketch? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much, by the way.
No
that
message,
was awesome,
just
Killian.
the loyalty.
Just the loyal tie. He gets the AI to say the eyes. Get out of here. He's so smart. Killian, we love you. We miss you, bro. You need to hang out with us more often. We definitely miss you in Germany. How's Germany going, bro? Good to see you.
Storm, for the first time, I want them to feel scared. There is no flimsy paneling. There is no beautiful refined surface. This is just optimal and very, very dynamic. So we don't have a lot of parallel lines. We have a lot of X's and V's, very strong shapes that deline what is popularly recognized as dynamic and aggressive. the interiors of the Storm will feel really full of pipes,
like
of
this.
fabric, of mechanical stuff. It have to look basically ventral, like you have just been eaten by a machine. So what we have is...
Did he just say eaten by a machine? I'll have to tell Christy about this. I think she might like it. That's terrible. That was bad, Pepe. That was...
very composed design, something that is uncommon in the tank we know today. So what we wanted to achieve when you look at the Storm is fast. Strike fast, move fast, do everything fast, no need to rely on a crew. I like that it looks a bit like an animal.
This guy's getting way sexual. This guy's really... He's into his ships, man. This guy is into his ships for real.
It's very, very snaky, or looks a bit like a crocodile.
Now, of course, the big question everyone always asks for every new concept promotion is when.
Right there.
When will it go into production? Well, let's go now to the vehicle team in our Los Angeles studio and find out more.
I dig it. I dig the
The
looks.
problem is where my story goes is always
Maybe not
I
as
will
much as I
identify
do,
all
but
of the
I like
issues
it.
that I have to overcome first, and then like build a plan for breaking them down. So I'm trying to think of a way of phrasing it, you know? We had a lot of cleaning up to do to make sure it was worthy of the engine, it's ready for engine, it's not going to break anything when it goes in there. And that was what most of the initial white box work we did, at least from an art side. For design, we were more concerned
You guys are
about
cracking me up in
alleviating
chat,
a lot
man.
of the issues we knew were present with the Nova, just like traversing on uneven terrain, exiting the hangar. These are issues we solved first, rather than waited until later in production and realized there were more difficult tasks to overcome.
So much.
Like physics. What's up, baby? Thanks, bro. He says, yes, that is correct. I got Jeff to resubscribe for me. Love you, man. Keep the woo coming from the banana fountain. You bet, dude. Just for you, Aether. What physics says such? Dude. Loving the looks, man. Listen, if you're part of this crew, if you're part of DG360, you better be down for shenanigans, man. You better be down to laugh and have a good time. Like, if you're serious, if you're so serious you can't relax and have a good time, whew, you're at the wrong place. you need to go over to Salty Mike's stream.
Most recently, we finished Gray Box. We completed all the animations. Currently, I am doing a material and detail pass on the tread housings for the Tumbril Storm. This thing has challenged me in ways I haven't been challenged before in working in the game industry. For example, the treads took a couple different iterations, so we got right, and be able to get like the right movement as it deforms to the ground planes.
Yeah,
This ship is definitely more organic
this thing looks
than
awesome,
anything
dude.
I'm used to, and I suppose it's like its own challenges, but it's been a learning process.
The art is to continue
Doesn't
on
like
to LG
Brandon
Zero,
Fraser.
finalizing all of
When he was young.
the art assets, making sure everything's going to be correct for when we move on to all of our higher detail, tertiary details that will go into it later.
Everything from the way the doors open on the tank to the cockpit itself.
Exactly,
when you go
man,
inside this
exactly,
thing,
bro.
it's like stepping into a
I'm gonna
mech.
give you an amen
It's
for
completely
that, man.
different from any other vehicle
love it,
I've seen
bro.
in this game.
My favorite thing about Storm is going to be the role of it.
It's always ready
The
for
Nova
art,
is a very, very
fingers.
big tank. It requires 3 people. It's got that big size 5 cannon.
We love that.
You don't always need a size 5 cannon.
We do.
Some people may disagree, but I don't think you do.
We do.
The Storm is a little bit quicker. Only requires 1 person. It kind of
Is this
sits
guy-
in a really good...
Is he disagreeing with the size of the cannon? Christy always tells me it's about the motion in the ocean, but I know she's lying.
spot between
Wish I had a size
something very
5
quick like
cannon.
a Cyclone and something a little bit more punchy like the Nova.
I'm excited the progress
this guy
that the
wants
team has
smaller?
made on this. It's been
It's a pipe
a
dream.
real beauty to work
Oh!
on, and it should be a lot of fun for the players too.
It's a pipe
So
dream.
what did we learn this
Get
week?
that? That's
Well, we
funny.
learned that the RSI Lynx is the new benchmark for traveling planet-side in comfort and style.
Right,
that the
Hartsey,
Tumbril
right,
Storm
dude.
says you can blow stuff up and look slick as all heck while doing it, and that it's already in production for an
She's
intended
lying to you,
release
Fingers,
in the less than
because she
distant
lies to
future.
me.
Now join us tomorrow for our Invictus All Vehicles Roundtable over on Star Citizen Live, and don't forget to check out everything else that's available in Alpha 319 in between visiting the Invictus showrooms. For Inside Star Citizen,
that was
I'm
okay.
Jared Huckabee.
Giant
Thanks
ship
for exploring the
commercials.
process of
They're
game
bringing in
development with
tons
us,
of money.
and we'll see you all here
Look
next
at what
week.
I saw. We're gonna let's get to the end because I do this all the time and I stop a little too soon. That's what she said. Let's see here because some people say, "Hey, play to the end, DG."
It's your call.
You can make it.
Don't. I believe in you.
I'll step out.
Roll a survival check.
14.
You successfully exit the elevator. Just kidding. You're dead.
Awesome ending, man. Okay, that was good. I see why you guys are telling me that. That's worth it. It's worth it. And I'm sorry for everybody who watches Inside Star Citizen Review. You guys know generally I pause it or I end it and I don't watch the ending. There's a little bit more. Did I miss? There's a little bit more here. I just want to make sure, everyone. Just want to make sure. Okay, we're okay. And we are okay. All right, that's for the people that complain in the comments. There's a lot of people that say, DG, like, would you stop doing this? It's driving me crazy. You never play it all the way through. I did. Ha ha! I did. Listen, that was awesome. I wanted to go over what's going on with sales real quick before I end the show because I saw this in our Star Citizen section under the financials. And look at what's going on. We got a moonshot, just like what's going on with our views right now on DG360. Look at those sales. Look at that spike. Thank you to Supermod Ash for putting that info in there. I just wanted to share that with you guys. That was the one-day difference. They went from like 100,000 average sales all the way up to 1.9 million. That is a complete moonshot. Good for them. Keep making that money. Keep making the game we love. We are going to the after party now. If you are not here live, we are very sorry for you. It's a sad, sad day because you're not here live like everybody here, but that's okay because you're still committed. You just couldn't make it. So make sure you push the like button, support the show, maybe become a member. Liberator, giving a Liberator away from St. Grizz. Oh, that's going to come out Saturday. For all of our alumni members only, because those people that are serious about the channel and want to see this channel successful deserve the prizes and the goodies. That's right. So if you want in on the Liberator giveaway, consider becoming a member. And there you go. It's like a paywall of sorts. All right, party time, everybody. Are you guys ready? Let's do it. YouTube, we'll check you guys out later. Try and join us live. We have a good time here every single night. And let us get busy and let's go to after party mode. Yes.